You're listening to Art Attack with your DJ, Pretty Little Iris. Art Attack, I'm your DJ, Pretty Little Iris, and we just opened up the second hour with Wish by NCT Wish. Isn't that cute? Wish by NCT Wish. Like I mentioned before, our second hour is full of K-media talk. We're going to talk about films, actors, actresses, and movies, and just everything about Korean like media. And you guys know that I really love like talking about dramas, shows, films, and we had to bring in a like professional in the industry, and somehow this happened, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, yeah. So guys, let us know what you guys think of today's corner while we go on with it. AAA, Arirang Acting Awards. And if you have any messages or questions for Jerome, make sure to send them over to our send message board or our email as well. We'll start our corner right after we listen to one more song. This is Bubblegum by New Jeans.
All about Korea.
Arirang Radio.
And the Arirang Acting Award goes to the films and shows we unofficially decided on. Introducing to you Korean cinema and media. This is AAA. Korean content is thriving all over the world. It's K-pop, K-movies, K-shows, K-everything. And so we thought it just made sense for us to dedicate a whole corner to talk about the amazing cinematography, stories, actors, actresses, directors, just everything about K-media. And we have a professional in the studio to help Pretty Little Iris. This is Jerome. Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, who are you? And introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jerome Yu. I'm a film director.
Yeah.
And now a speaker for the AAA corner.
Yes.
With Arirang Radio.
Yes. So I mentioned in our first hour that we know each other. We're like acquaintances.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. There were other words I wanted to use to describe a relationship, but I realized this is live radio. So yeah, this is Jerome Yu, and we have no. Okay, you want to tell the story?
Yeah.
When did we first?
It's been 20 years since we've.
Bro, yeah, he like saw me when I was like 2.
I've known you since you were young, before you made your move to Korea and started pursuing a career.
When I was 9. That's when we met, yeah.
That makes me feel old now.
You are old.
I'm not that old.
I mean...
We look the same age now, practically.
Okay. When we were 9, we met, but it was kind of weird because he was actually kind of friends or acquaintances with my sister, right?
Yeah, and it should have stayed that way where I was just friends with.
Definitely. Why have we come all the way here?
But we were dancing, right? We were learning dance.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, like none of us are dancing anymore, but we both met at a dance studio.
But I think it was the start, the birth of our artistic endeavors, you could say.
Sure.
It was the epicenter. It was an earthquake there that launched our careers, perhaps.
Sure. 신윤호님 says 어색, awkward. 어색한 게 아니고 지금 너무 친해서 어떤 스탠스로 방송을 해야 할지 지금 찾아가고 있어요. We're not awkward. It's just we're really close. So I'm trying to like figure out how we're supposed to like be on this show because we can't be like how we are off camera usually. So yeah.
Just smile. Smile and wait for the camera.
As if we ever smile when we're together. Right?
I'm acting right now.
Yeah. Oh, Jerome is also an actor.
Former actor.
Former, okay.
I guess I act every day. I'm
Yeah.
acting right now
Yeah.
next to you.
And you are a director now. We cannot forget the Gongju story. I'm not sure if you listened from outside, but someone mentioned Gongju in our first hour.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, please explain to them what Gongju is.
Gongju was my first short film that I directed back in the summer of 2018. And during that time, I asked Iris here
Yes.
to come and work for me as my cast, my lead actor.
Yeah.
The story is about a queen bee that gets exiled from her school in Korea. So she comes abroad to the West, abroad in America, and starts attending school where she must make her way, she must navigate the challenges of being a fish out of water and not be pushed around by other mean girls at school.
Yeah. In conclusion, we could call it a success.
Very successful.
It was very successful.
Like, I was quite surprised, to be honest. It was my first time. It was
Yeah.
your first time acting, but
Yeah.
you won best
Female
actress, best
yeah.
actress at Vancouver Short Film Festival.
Yes.
And I won best director, best film, I guess best everything, best screen.
Yeah.
It was a surprise. I was shocked.
We conquered that year of Vancouver Short Film Festival. So if you guys know it, I know some listeners know of it because we mentioned this before. The listeners were like, Leah was like, he was on Radio Clock, right? Yeah, so Jerome was on Radio Clock with me once before. We're just reminding you of the whole like lore that's going on with us. And yeah, so Gongju, we did that, and that's why we called this corner AAA, because we wanted to make it kind of like we're representing Arirang, although Arirang does not know about us representing them in this corner. But we're feeling bold, so we're gonna use Arirang's name, Arirang Acting Award, and because we had a successful like short film together, we felt like we could be in this seat judging everyone. Right?
Everybody in the industry.
We're so good at judging.
I think you're better than me, but let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. You gotta work hard, okay? Judging is hard.
It's not easy, is it? That's why there's film critics,
Yeah.
professionals, unlike us,
Right. And
the
also,
general audience.
yeah, and you mentioned that you know Jason.
I do know Jason.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I saw Jason was on your show, and I was like, you know him? Like,
No,
yeah, how do you know Jason?
Jason's a genius. I know him through mutual film industry friends, and the guy knows so much about film.
Yeah.
Perhaps even, I wonder, why am I here? Why isn't Jason here?
Then leave. Bye.
Jason is wonderful, and that's great that you
Yeah.
had him here for a spot.
Yeah, and also we gotta mention that you arrived in Korea yesterday,
That's right, last night
last night, for this.
for this show.
Yeah. Do you love me that much, Jerome? Like, why? Why? I
I
don't
think-
understand.
I think does that just hurt?
No,
it leaving your mouth? Does that hurt you?
Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
It's painful, isn't it?
Well, tell us where you were.
I flew in from LA, but right before that I was in Vancouver for the Vancouver International Film Festival
For?
for the world premiere of my first feature film, my debut feature film called Mongrels.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And you got an award.
Somehow I just keep getting awards. I don't know why they keep giving it to me.
Yeah, I don't even know either. Why are they doing that to you? Why is
don't
the
know.
universe working on your side?
Is it about my films or is it about me as a person?
Like either way, I don't get it.
Well, it's undisputable because it's out there. It's already you're not on the jury, so it's not up for you to decide.
Right.
I got
That
the best emerging director, and very grateful and very appreciative.
Yes, and about your film, is there a way like when can we like see it, or will it ever be like open?
Yeah. So at least in Canada and the U.S., we'll have a short theatrical run, I think early next spring. Mm-hmm. And then for the international release, including Korea, I think we're still looking for a festival play, but then we're looking for distribution. So
Right.
we hope to have it over here on platforms as well, streaming platforms.
Right. And I have been like, I mean, because we're like pretty close, I guess pretty close. I have been like seeing the process, right, of like how you first like started brainstorming, and then like your whole like mood board, and when you were casting, and time flew by. Like it's already done. Like it's at film festivals. You got an award. You did the world premiere.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you very much.
This is so awkward saying something nice to you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think this might be the second time you've ever complimented me.
Exactly.
But
Second and last.
it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really happy that it's finally out there. And I really hope that the Arirang audience also watches it one day because it is a film that has to do with East meets West. It's about a Korean immigrant family that's making their way through the Canadian prairies
Yeah.
in the 1990s in a small prairie town that's riddled with wild dogs that are destroying farmers' livelihoods, killing livestock, destroying crops.
Yeah.
So that's my film, Mongrels.
Yeah. We'll update everybody if there are any updates in the future. Right?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. But just a little bit. We're not going to give you the whole show to promote your film. That's
Okay.
unfair. By the
Okay.
way, this show, I'm the boss here during this like hour segment. So you have to like all hail Iris, all hail Princess Iris.
Iris is the boss for 1 hour, and then there's 23 hours outside of this studio.
No, it's
where
2 hours.
Can I like pull rank by saying I'm older than you?
Yo, I don't even refer to you as oppa. Like you can't pull that card.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, you gotta all hail Princess Iris when you're here and just listen to everything I say, okay? Like do the I do thing like at court so we can start our corner.
How about we just move on?
No, say I do.
I think we can just
I
move on.
do. Okay. So you brought in a film to talk about today. Can you tell us what film you brought in?
So the film that I would like to share with the audience today is a little big film.
Okay, a little big.
Yeah, I call it
Okay.
little because of the budget. But it
Right.
made a big mark in not just the Korean industry, but
Right.
the world.
Yeah.
And
Did
it's a
you think
little-
about that line before coming?
No, I didn't. It actually came to me. But I suppose that's like
Oh.
the actor in me that's coming into play.
Okay.
It's called improvisation.
Okay.
So you ruined the momentum.
Okay, just go on.
Do you want to reveal it? Is this
Come
going to be a battle
on.
every time?
Come on, just go on. No one cares, Jerome.
It's called Sleep.
It's called Sleep, and it's called Cham. Pretty simple name. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
The director, it's
Yes.
written and directed by, it's a debut film from Jason Yu, also known as Yu Jae-sun 감독님.
Mm-hmm.
And he is known as the protege to the great Korean director Bong Joon-ho.
yes.
So it piqued a lot of interest even before the release of the film.
right.
And it stars the late Lee Sung-yoon
Yes.
as the role of the husband,
Yes.
Hyun-soo,
yes.
and Chung Yu-mi as
The wife.
Sumin, yes, the wife.
Yes. And let's just go on with the genre before we listen to a song. It's just a thriller, you could say.
It's a bit of a genre blender, I would say. It's like
Right.
a dark comedy meets mystery, psychological thriller.
Right.
You know, we could also define it as a horror, perhaps.
Yeah.
But true to his mentor's name, it's a bit of a genre blender.
Yeah, and also I want to mention that today, or most shows on AAA, we will have some spoilers about the film. So yeah, you guys might want to keep that in mind. We're gonna go listen to a song that Jerome brought in, and we'll go straight into talking about Tam Sleep. This is She Likes Spring, I Prefer Winter by Soul Child.
Stare at a fire. Dark if it looks like you tell me I'm faded. It's cold outside, but spring's in a corner and I'm waiting. On the way to wait, she saw the flowers blooming up, telling me how winter sucks for you. What more that I can do? Yeah, we met this year last season. That's why summer never fell for me. We worked so hard where we be, and that's enough for me right now. What you've been dying to see, but you be that flower for me. I prefer marigold, but it's the lily from the valley that you want. What you've been dying to see, but you be that flower for me. I prefer marigold, but it's the lily from the valley that you want. But I'd be so glad if I'm having you, yeah. For this moment, for this moment, yeah. Whichever blooms first, I might call you by then. Whatever you like, daffodils, tulips, 'cause I really don't mind. If that makes you happy, then I'll be happy too. Oh, jasmine, marigold, when it's so whichever blooms first, I might call you by then. Whatever you like, daffodils, tulips, 'cause I really don't mind. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, that's it. Don't let it hurt, let it hurt, let it hurt, nothing left to feel. Winter or spring, it don't matter to me, as long as you're here. I can keep you warm till spring comes. Girl, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, that's it. Don't let it hurt, let it hurt, let it hurt, nothing left to feel. Winter or spring, it don't matter to me, as long as you're here. I can keep you warm till spring comes. Yeah.
That was She Likes Spring, I Prefer Winter by Soul Child. Do you like spring or do you like winter?
I think I'm a bit of a winter person, as the
No.
title of the song suggests.
No, I'm a winter person. I don't want to be on the same team as you.
I have a cold mind.
Okay, let's go into town before we start fighting. Tell us like the basic storyline of what Sleep is.
Right, so Sleep is about a recently married couple that's just expecting their first newborn baby.
Right.
One day the husband starts having these odd quirks and behaviors as he sleeps.
Yeah.
You could call it sleepwalking.
Yeah.
So he starts sleepwalking, and it continues to get stranger and stranger over time, despite all their efforts in trying to get treatment, whether it's seeing a sleep doctor or perhaps even resorting to more paranormal or superstitious beliefs
Yeah.
to cure this this sort of sleepwalking
Yeah,
that gets
yeah.
worse and worse, until it hits a point where the wife starts worrying after the delivery of their child.
Yeah, it's
starts
like-
worrying about her baby. Sorry to interrupt you. Please go ahead.
No, like the safety of the baby and like the safety of like when you watch it, it doesn't start off like so hardcore, like the sleeping habits. But then like as time passes, you're kind of like, huh? Like what's going on? And if you see the steel cuts on the screen right now, that is Jung Yumi who plays the wife, and like she looks very concerned throughout the whole film. Like I don't think there's a long like amount of time where she looks actually happy in the 2 hours of the film. She's always like stressed.
Yeah, she's always stressed. At first, it's just about their relationship, and then it
Yeah.
becomes about the baby, and then it
Yeah.
becomes about other things. But
Yeah.
she's brilliant in the film.
She actually won the Best Actress Award at the Blue Dragon Awards that year in Korea for this film.
I mean, well deserved.
Yeah, yeah. And look at this picture right now. This is Lee Sung-gyun sleeping, and like they put on mittens, like they do everything to stop him from doing these things.
That's right.
Yeah, do you remember like something like one of the things he did in his sleep? Like he did like weird stuff.
Many things. Spoiler again, but one
Yeah.
of the most impactful scenes for me was when he suddenly goes to the fridge and will
Oh my
start
gosh.
ravaging down raw foods, right?
Oh my
but then,
gosh.
you know, it's been done before in film.
Yeah.
Something like this. But then the point that it really got me is when he consumed the raw egg. But then he just like eats the whole egg whole
Shell.
and shell and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. This
Yeah.
is
It's scary.
I'm scared.
Like he devours everything in the fridge, and it's funny because the wife Jung Yumi like follows him around when he like awakes in at the like middle of the night. He doesn't know, like, and she's just there like watching him.
That's right.
Yeah, and like that devouring scene, I was kind of like, is that possible? Like I have never sleepwalked before.
You're not a sleepwalker?
No, are you?
I perhaps because you know, Lee Sung-gyun or Hyunju in the film, he
Yeah.
doesn't remember anything that happens, right?
Oh, so you're
So-
saying maybe you are?
Maybe I am. I live
Yeah.
alone, so I wouldn't know. Maybe I should install cameras to check myself.
Yeah, you should. what if you've been like eating raw eggshells at
I
night?
can assure you, my fridge, all the contents of it is the same as I left it. So
Right, okay, that's good. And this movie is out on OTT streaming platforms right now, but did you like watch it when it was in theaters, or where did you watch this film?
I did. I was actually fortunate enough to be invited to the premiere, the Korean premiere, where the actors were in attendance. The director was in attendance, and
Yes.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
One of the most profound things to me that I really resonate with, because I'm just coming off my first feature film,
Right.
is this was director Jason Yu's first feature film as well.
Yeah.
And I find that the execution of it is so brilliant.
Yeah.
There are many things at play, but the first feature film is never an easy thing to do, because to create a movie that captures the audience's attention
Right.
for an hour and a half to 2 hours, when you're first going through it, it's not easy. And he does it so brilliantly here, where he had me at the edge of my seat the entire
Yeah.
time. And, you know, for a first-time director to world premiere his film at a prestigious festival like Cannes Film Festival
Yeah.
in the critics section, I think that's amazing.
yeah, yeah.
And it's gone on to other great festivals like Toronto International Film
Right,
Festival, as well as
right.
other genre festivals like Spain's big one called Sitges, before it finally opened in theaters across Korea, which it did really well. The
Yeah.
budget was very low.
Yeah.
Is another point that I'm really just surprised by, because the budget, I believe, was 3 million.
Yeah, and also when you watch the film, they don't have a lot of different like places location wise.
I agree, and I want to throw in a fun fact here.
Uh-huh.
The location of there's a neighbor downstairs,
Right.
and we briefly see a glimpse of their home.
Yeah.
It's the same set that they use, and they just redress everything.
Oh, so it's like one room, like one house they're
Just
using?
one house that they use, and it's so smart how they utilize that for the
gosh.
small budget they have, because it's very exclusive to what you
Yeah.
see in Korea. Actually, is you look at the apartments in Korea, and you'll see if you're in the same lane, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All the floor plans are exactly the same.
Right.
So the fact that the
Oh.
art team could just, completely, like change that around.
Right.
I think it's a really
Oh my
great
gosh.
logistics, great logistics
Yeah,
strategy.
Yeah, it was really smart. I remember when you went to the premiere, I think it was like the day after or like a week after we met. Do you remember?
No,
You don't?
I don't at all.
You don't?
I
Why are you
do
so
not.
confident in your answer?
Because that's how confident I am. I actually have no recollection.
No, because I remember you were like, oh, Cham is so good, so well written. And then you went on this like whole like spree talking about it. You don't remember?
I don't. Where were we?
We were eating dim sum
Oh.
with our other friends.
Oh, right.
Do you remember?
I mean, I remember that, but I don't remember exactly if that was the time when I was complimenting sleep and,
You're taking me for
excited.
granted. You gotta be more thankful that I'm spending time with you and like eating with you outside and like, bro, this is bad.
Is it...
It's bad.
Do you have friends, Iris? Do you have friends?
Oh my gosh, you're attacking me with that? Look at all the people in the chat. These are all my
chat.
friends.
These are...
You're saying this is chat? These are real living breathing people.
Oh, no, of course they are.
Are you?
Of course they
Oh
are.
my gosh, guys, it's time to bash Jerome now. He just referred to you as chat. yeah.
You should have let me finish.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
These are all wonderful humans behind, a keyboard.
Yeah.
Obviously tuning in for the show.
As
And all
we
I'm
just-
saying is that,
Yeah.
Iris, why don't you go for dim sum with some of these friends?
SB Donut says, Jerome, just say yes. Yeah, this is All Hail Princess Iris Kingdom. Why are you trying to be not All Hail
This is
Princess
the movie
Iris?
corner.
Yeah, okay, which reminds me that we should go back to talking about the movie. But before that, we're gonna go listen to one more song. We mentioned that Lee Sung-gyun is the lead actor in this film, and he's iconic. He's known for his voice, right?
He has a really nice voice.
He has a really nice voice. Everybody used to do like impressions of it. Let's go listen to a song that he actually sung himself. This is the OST of Coffee Prince #1. Did you watch Coffee Prince?
I did in my childhood.
You did?
Yeah, when I was younger.
But how?
This was when people were still, making those bootleg DVDs to sell.
You watched Coffee Prince? Then how
How
come
many
you...
times do I have to say yes?
No, but how come you never mentioned the actor Kim Jae-wook to me after watching Coffee Prince?
Because he's not very memorable in it.
Bro, that is so dangerous. That is so dangerous to say. He was
Why
the
is
hottest dude on the show.
Dangerous to say. What a sentence.
That's very dangerous.
I don't think there's anything dangerous
We
about
gotta
it.
listen to a song because I gotta start yelling at him, guys, because of what he just said. This is 바다 여행 by Lee Sung-gyun, soundtrack of Coffee Prince number 1.
내게 바다인 걸 손 내밀면 하얗게 부서지던 너의 미소 너도 알아 내가 널 아주 많이 사랑하는 포근하게 감싸줘 나에게.
We just listened to 바다 여행 Oceanic.
Ocean. Shaman.
Ocean Travel
Oceanic.
by Lee Sung-gyun. Let's see what people are saying in the chat if they are enjoying our talk. Rick Gao says, we're totally not held here against our wills.
I think I see wow, Jerome's the best guest ever and we love him.
No, you're Delulu. We also have people saying, Espidona, I need the camera on right now. I don't care what it takes. As soon as the song went on, I was like, you don't much car. And he was like, oh, yeah. Let's see what other people are saying. Rick Gao says he looks traumatized. Yeah, I yelled at him because it looked like he didn't like me. I was like, pay attention. Like, look interested. You like me.
I'm very interested about this movie.
About the movie, not me. Well,
Well-
think about why you're sitting in the seat next to me with these lovely people, getting the opportunity to talk about this lovely film. You gotta be more thankful to me, not the like fancy awards you're getting.
Was it because I was a really great filmmaker or that you
No.
have no one else to invite?
No,
I'm
it's-
just- I'm kidding. I'm
Leave
kidding.
the room.
All right, shall we get to this film?
Yes, we should.
I would love to talk about the reasons why I really love this film.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to take a big pause until you sound more interested.
Please. No, I can't do that.
Can
I'm
I
not a-
actually ask? I'm curious.
Yeah.
What did you think of the film?
Okay, so let me talk about my experience. I watched this at home with my mom after I didn't watch it in the theaters, and I went into it blind, and my mom was just like, "Oh, this is apparently really fun." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Jerome said it was fun." But again, I don't really trust Jerome. So then we just started watching, and it was fun. So I was like, "Oh."
You
so,
asked someone whose opinion you don't trust to be on this show.
Yeah, I mean, so do you want to leave then?
Well, does it work that way?
I like you being here because I get to say what I want to say to you.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I just need people to all hail Princess Iris for me.
Okay.
But it looks like you're not interested in doing that,
Let
so
me
I gotta
just say
rethink.
the quickest way to silence Cyrus is to put bread in front of her.
Yeah, that's true.
And the carbs will slow her down and
That's very
put her
true.
to sleep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I watched Cham and yeah, I liked it, and I think it would have been better if I watched it in the theaters.
I agree. Any
Yeah.
film is infinitely better if you watch it in theaters.
I think it would have been more eerie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I would have been more scared.
Yes. Just briefly on theaters, it's an
Yeah.
institution that, people feel are dying out, of course, because I think there's a big shift of films going to streaming platforms.
Right.
But you just can't beat that feeling of being in a theater where, again, there's no distractions. There's a audience with you. It's a collective and group of people that's going through a journey of emotions together. So,
Right.
there are moments that you'd laugh in the theater where maybe if you watched at home by yourself, with your family, it wouldn't be the same experience because you're not feeling that
Yeah.
energy in the room together
Yeah, and you
you
get
know?
distracted kind of too.
so easily.
Yeah.
I'm distracted all the time. I'm on my phone. There's a YouTube
Yeah.
short. There's a notification. There's food delivery.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience, but tell us more about what you liked about the film.
Yeah, so I guess I look at a lot of the technical aspects of the film too, because, I think the execution of there's, from front to the end, they're able to retain my attention,
Right.
put me at the edge of my seat.
Right.
The performances are great. I think, there's an adorable dog at the center of it in the first
my
act.
gosh.
And I want to briefly explain that this film is divided into Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, Chapter 1, 2, 3, right?
Right.
And, there's a dog that's in the middle of this. It's this cute Pomeranian named Pepper,
Yeah.
who unfortunately falls victim, to some of these sleepwalking habits, right?
That was like, it broke my heart so much.
Well, it's great because it's never
Great?
Well,
Did you just?
well, I mean, I've also handled a fair share of dogs in my own film as well. 14 to be exact.
Okay, but.
There's actually a saying in the film industry.
Yeah.
For your first feature film, do not work with dogs or animals. Do not work with child actors. And,
Why?
well,
They're hard to,
because they're
like-
just notorious for not doing the things that you want them to do.
Right?
So, this actually, I believe this quote perhaps stems from, an example would be Bong Joon-ho, whose first film, Barking Dogs Never Bite,
Right.
has, young actors as well as, many dogs. Jason Yu goes on a similar endeavor by having both, child actors and like dogs in
Right,
this
right.
film. So I must say that he did a brilliant job of executing this film.
Yeah.
And just again, for this first feature film to go on the festival circuit that it did, Bong Joon-ho once said about this film,
Yeah, what did
during
he
the
say?
script, he said that in 10 years, this is the most unique and smart horror script that he's read.
Right, it's very unique and it's not like horror as in like boo, ghost, like jump scare horror. It's like the story is so like structured.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of nuance, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of nuance. Nothing's very overhanded. I must say, no offense to, I believe the film's called Exuma,
Mm-hmm.
which also is a psychological horror / thriller that released the same year.
Pamyo, yeah.
Yes, that's right. And I feel like this, beyond, just much
Really?
beyond, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you like Bong Joon-ho films, this is an absolute must-watch because you see Bong Joon-ho's influence in Jason Yu's directing work.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the montages that you see, which Bong Joon-ho is obviously, very well known for.
Right.
He also utilizes much similar sensibilities from music, such as classical music, to string along these beautiful montage sequences
Yeah.
that really condenses the storytelling.
Right.
So I find from a filmmaker's perspective, it's also just very brilliant by director Jason, and of course his filmmaking style,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much so influenced by his mentor Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, so I also saw a comment saying, Aim Lita says, I don't want to watch Sleep at the cinema. The BGM already scared me. I need someone beside me. At least I'm not alone. And so we thought it would be a smart idea to give you guys a little sneak peek of what this BGM kind of sounds like. The soundtrack. It's like a classical song, like you mentioned, and classical songs do bring in that eerie vibe very easily.
It contrasts very well with horror
Yeah.
films, I must say.
It's beautiful, but it's also scary. So we are going to take a short listen to that. It's a very long piece, so we're gonna listen to a not snippet, but we're gonna listen to a few minutes of it, and we'll be back. I hope you guys don't get scared. We'll be doing hearts for you on the screen, so you don't get scared.
I'm already shivering.
Yes. We're gonna go listen to
I'm terrified.
Mozart Piano Concerto Number 21, Movement 2, played by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Recently, when he was on set, his line has something to do with, oh, someone has entered, someone has come inside.
Yeah.
So then I find, that's the way that they try to, the entire film is so ambiguous, but, they set up really nicely where that's a really great scene because the
Right.
performance is there. Another scene, like I've said before, is the refrigerator scene. As
Yeah.
they start to expand on this sleepwalking,
Right.
it starts to become more disgusting. It starts to become more
Dangerous.
unpredictable and dangerous.
Yeah.
And he displays, this really savage,
Yeah.
sort of eating scene where he's eating raw meats and raw fish. And it's like that egg. When he eats that raw egg, the shell and all,
Yeah.
as he gulps down the water immediately afterwards.
I felt sick watching that scene.
Me too.
In a good way. That's a compliment.
I think so. I think,
Yeah.
we've seen so much film now. How much film is out there where, You know,
yeah.
a film like that, like we see films where a zombie is eating, someone else's flesh. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. But
Yeah,
then,
cool.
we see something like this where it seems a lot more grounded in that, oh, they're just eating everyday food that,
Right.
we see in the fridge, but they're able to twist it and ground it into something that strikes fear in your heart or just
Yeah.
quiver in disgust.
Yeah.
Another scene that I really want to quickly shout out, as I was mentioning before,
Mm-hmm.
the montages that he's able to quickly just they're able to condense the storytelling in such quick, clear beats.
Yeah, so they like all get back to whatever they talked about in the movie. Like nothing's left there like unsolved.
That's right.
Yeah, and I won't like say exactly what happens at the end of the movie, but when you watch it, the ending kind of like closes off perfectly, but with like a question in your head.
I find that again, Jason Yu is able to utilize, Bong Joon-ho is known for Bong tail, right?
Right, right.
Bong's detail.
Detail.
And he really uses every little bit of detail to there's a payoff for everything,
Yeah.
right? There's a clue that's left. If you watch it a second time, you'll see these little, you can call them Easter eggs to
Yeah.
see, oh, like there were all these clues that were left
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, so you should rewatch it if you guys watch it once and you like it. Just rewatch it and find the Easter eggs. We talked about Tam Sleep today. It was our first film and our first AAA. What did you enjoy today's show?
Yeah, I really enjoyed being here, speaking about films that I love and appreciate
With
with me, myself, and I.
this is a stressful day for me, but I enjoyed the show as well. I'm happy that you guys enjoyed our little banter we had. Time flew by. It's already time to say goodbye. So we're gonna say goodbye to Jerome.
Not for the last time.
Yeah,
right?
not for the last time. We'll see you back again for AAA next Monday. Yeah, if there's any questions or films you guys want us to talk about, make sure to send them along your way to our send message board. And we'll say bye to Jerome and go listen to a song. This is 내 입술 따뜻한 커피처럼 My Lips Like Warm Coffee by Eddie Kim featuring Lee Sung-kyung. And we'll see you next week, Jerome.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Tune in, Arirang Radio.
It's time to say goodbye, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna have Chef Yerim joining the studio for Sweetheart, talking about good food again. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We're gonna say goodbye with the last song for today, which is Drowning by Woods. And with all my heart, this has been Art Attack, made by producer Ko Min-seok, engineer Kim Jae-hee, writers Chang Moon-kyung and Lee Ji-eun. And this has been your DJ, Pretty Little Iris. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.